This is the world's premier online racing simulation. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat from your home computer with the most realistic online motorsports experience you'll find anywhere. Race virtually in the world's biggest events with officially licensed series, cars, and tracks. From the high banks of Daytona to the blistering speeds of Indianapolis, the dirt of Eldora to the world's most legendary road courses. It's all here, and with more than 180,000 people just like you already driving, you'll always have someone to race. Ready to get behind the wheel? Sign up at iRacing.com to get started.
Man, it feels like it's been forever since I've been on the air. It's been like 2 weeks, but I am back, and we are ready to go tonight here on the Captain Esports Network for Sim 500 Racing as we welcome you in tonight to the FEG Xfinity Series here on the Captain Esports Network. This is Talladega, virtually on iRacing, and this, of course, is race number 8 for the Ford Entertainment Group Sim 500 Xfinity Series. We welcome you in tonight to the Virtual Talladega Superspeedway for 88 laps of racing. Lap 44, of course, is the halfway point, which will mean that we'll give away bonus points from 10 down to 1 to the winner of that stage, if you will, or crossing the line as the top 10 at the halfway point. As usual, the static iRacing weather, that is what you see tonight on the track. 78 degrees with the 56% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and 2-mile-an-hour winds. Of course, I am the captain. We welcome you in here. Make sure you guys check out the Sim 500 website, sim500.com, if you haven't already, for all the great information. These guys race every single night in all different types of leagues, and tonight it's Xfinity night here in the Virtual Talladega world in Sim 500, and we're looking forward to some great racing coming up here this evening. Point standings as we enter tonight. It has been the Daniel Falkingham show. The last few weeks, he has won 4 races in a row. However, Daniel, from the last I checked, was not here tonight, which we knew he was going to miss some races. So we could have a new winner this evening. But when you're at a track like this, anyways, the door's wide open on who can win this race. So Pedro Mojica, you see him second in points. He won the championship in the Super Speedway Series earlier this year. So he's going to have a shot to win this thing. Chad Coleman, he's the leader of the laps go-getter, which we'll show you right now. And the reason why I'm showing you who's leading the laps category, which he is one of 4 drivers now officially who have led, or who have finished, I should say, all 7 races on the lead lap. And the big deal about that is the driver who completes the most laps in this 2022 Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series will win a brand new Fanatec CSL Direct Drive wheel. So it is very key that you get out there and you complete every lap tonight, and this is going to be a big challenge because obviously the things you got to look for tonight, the big one is a big deal. Obviously, if you get into that and it ends your night or gets you off the lead lap or you lose the draft tonight, there are so many factors that can come into play this evening here at this 2.66 mile superspeedway, just about an hour or so to the east of Birmingham, Alabama. Of course, tonight's race is brought to you by the Ford Entertainment Group, PC. They specialize in sim racing and sim flight gaming machines with over 3,500 PCs built for sim racers and sim flight pilots. All FEG PCs come with a front-to-back warranty on every part, as well as free labor. So we appreciate the Ford Entertainment Group for not only sponsoring the series, but also getting out there and putting something on the line like that Fanatec wheel for the person who runs the most laps this evening. All right, so we have cars on the track right now. They're doing a very, 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 very quick warm-up, which is all of like 1 minute long. So they're going to be on track here in just a minute to get their race going. Yeah, I'm looking for a particular driver that is not in Discord I was going to talk to, so that's disappointing. Now, Daniel Falkingham is here, apparently. I do see him in Discord here, so that's a positive thing, I guess, if there's something to be positive about. But, well, there's plenty of things to be positive about. We're about to go racing. Let's be positive about that, but also positive as in I couldn't find a driver I wanted to talk to before the race begins. So, needless to say, we'll get this thing rocking and rolling. You see the grid. It is being set, so it is time to take a look at the starting lineup for the race this evening, and we're going to see a very familiar name on the front row. This guy seems to qualify very well when it's all said and done, and that is Tyler Dalton, 54.159 second lap. He'll start on the pole alongside E.J. O'Rourke, the Daytona winner. Hi, Andy. Good to see you, buddy. In this second position, Bob Gillenwater, Tommy Ryan, another good super speedway racer. He'll start in row number 2. Row 3, Kevin D. Brown and Mike Kelly. Row 4, Jeff Ryan, Charles Woods. And row number 5, the Rhinestone Cowboy, Glenn Campbell and Jose Speedy Gonzalez. As my pit thing decides to get in the way there. Josh Adams, he'll start there in row number 6 alongside Brian Macklin. Row number 7, Chad Coleman and Jimmy Coleman. They are not related. Just putting it out there. Scott Stenzel, Doy Woods in row number 8. Row 9, Brian Wortman, John Muschin Jr. in a 98 car. Row number 10, Anthony Calantoni. He finished 3rd in Daytona earlier this season alongside Paul Crumrye. J. Randall Watkins, Scott Simley in row number 11. Take a look at row 12. That is where you'll see Bobby Wetzel and Lance Ripka. If you go off the Xfinity race Saturday, then Bobby Wetzel should win, right? At least that's what people say. John Fowler, Doug Sigmund, row number 13. Row 14, Ron Holyfield. If you go by today's race, he should win, right? He'll start next to Kevin England. Row number 15, Joey Jatina and Daniel Falkingham there. He will start in the 30th position. Pedro Mojica back in 31st. He got collected in lap 1 accident in Daytona, so he looks to get back to his luck he had on super speedways during the earlier season. David Comstock there, 32nd. Justin Fuller, Richard Beasley will start in row 17. Row 18, Chuck Sweeting, Josh Parker. Pretty heavy hitters back there in the back, and Eric Arnold will start in the 37th position. You see them all rolling through turn 3 and 4. The south section of the track, I-20, just right on out there. Actually, north side of the track, I should say. As I mentioned, it will be 88 laps to get you to the green flag. Or get you to the checkered flag, I should say. Get to the green flag, we just got to start the race. Lap 44, the halfway point. That is where we'll give away stage points as the pace car pulls off. If we had the rights to do it, Sweet Home Alabama would be playing right now. And they'll work their way into the tri-oval. One car starting, actually 3 cars starting on pit road. Jimmy Coleman, Anthony Calantoni, and Chuck Sweeting all deciding to start on pit road. It's round number 8 after a Easter weekend off of the FEG Xfinity Series from Sim 500, green from Dega. As per usual, our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams22.com. You can check them out online on Facebook and in the iRacing forums at TrackCams22.com. As I mentioned, on the forums and more. As they get up to speed, Tyler Dalton and O'Rourke still fighting it. You saw Chad Coleman fall straight to the back as soon as they took the green. And as you come through the tri-oval for the first time, remember, in case you didn't watch Fox enough, start-finish line's way down here. Dalton leads lap 1. Side by side, O'Rourke on that high side with Tommy Ryan, Bob Gillenwater. The 3, Jeff Ryan pushing his brother. Kevin D. Brown on that inside lane. He is really good at pushing. As O'Rourke leads lap 2. That is one thing that 93, I remember from that Superspeedway series, is that dude will push anybody. Not afraid to use it. They'll bumper, do some pushing. Speedy Gonzalez there, another good super speedway racer himself. Three laps in the books. Scott Stenzel there, Glenn Campbell, Josh Adams over there, the Best Buy car. Everybody being pretty patient so far, it seems like. Outside lane, Tommy Ryan. Unacceptable racing, looks like going to lead a lap. Mike Kelly back there, that 2 car. He's got Gonzalez there behind him, the 42. That is Scott Stenzel. If you're checking us out tonight for the first time, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate everybody joining us here on the Captain Esports Network. Tell your friends. If you love watching racing, you can come watch us. Brian Wertman back there is the one car you're seeing kind of falling off the draft. So hopefully for him, is E.J. O'Rourke going to the front, picking up where he left off in Daytona. As I always like to say, tell 2 friends to tell 2 friends. Down this very wide back straightaway, you can easily go 3, 4 wide. As you see Dalton, he pops back out. Now wants to lead this race again, see if he can help from Tommy Ryan there in that 99. That outside car, that's Justin Fuller. As last time we were on track at Richmond, we watched him have a fantastic race in that 51 car. I'm sorry, that was Bristol. was the last race we ran. All these cars doing a great job. Let's go back here. I mentioned Chad Coleman falling to the back. Here he is. A lot of these guys hanging out. Pedro Mojica, Chad Coleman. That 25 car, that's Lance Ripka. That's a name we'll have to watch tonight. The 10 car up there, that's Richard Beasley. He is a former champion of the Superspeedway Series. The 9 jumping out of line back there. That's Superflow Coal Trickle paint of Bobby Wetzel. Thirteenth position for him, right behind Joey Jatina, the boss man there. Little blip of the throttle. Just got to be patient here. Save a little fuel if you can. Go about 35 to 40 laps on a tank of fuel. More towards the 35 side. As you see Mike Kelly, he's going to get shuffled out in that 2 car. I don't know if he's purposely aborting or if he's trying to get back in line there. Gets back in line behind the 48 there of John Fowler, a name we haven't said in a while. I believe Fowler won a super speedway race earlier this season. As it's picking up here. Look at that 42 run the top side. Scott Stenzel with help from Fuller. Joey Jatina going up there with him. 3 Camaros, top to bottom. Stenzel leads that lap. How about that? It looks like the last lap of the race. We're in lap 8, 9, something like that. And they're coming up on a lap car. That's the worst case scenario here. Going to come up on Chuck Sweeting, who started front of pitch. Chuck's one of the 4 drivers that has run all the laps this season. He's about to go a lap down here from starting to pits. Not the view you want to see. 4 wide. J. Randall Watkins in that Miami Fire Rescue car in the 13th position. Biggest mover so far in this race. Justin Fuller up 23 spots so far as one car jumping out of line to Kevin D. Brown. He's like, I'm out. Get a check up there from Watkins. Got to be very patient. Very hard to do at the same time. Right there, your top five. You see the separation as Fowler getting shuffled out. A lot of people saw what was going on, and they were like, yeah, might want to calm this down a little bit. Everybody's doing their thing here so far. Great racing. 13 laps in the books. So O'Rourke with help from Tommy Ryan going to take that top side. Jeff Ryan going with him to the front. EJ jumps to the bottom here, and here come the brothers outside. Whoa, Jeff, hold on. And John Mustin Jr. is coming to pit road here. Unscheduled pit stop for the 98. Not sure what's going on. This cannot be scheduled at lap 14. Or is it? He pulls away. Fuel only, it looks like. Something out here all by himself. $15 laps in the books. Mike Kelly looking up ahead. Guess you could kind of say it's kind of calmed down a little bit. It's kind of like those guys aborted, but then kind of move themselves mid-pack here so they don't lose this front part of the draft. And you got drivers back here like Eric Arnold and Brian Wortman. Wortman did stay in the draft. There he is in that 74 car back here. Wortman's held on to Eric Arnold and stuff here. And he is just kind of being patient, letting the race flow. So if a caution does come out, it just shows that you can have time to misdirect. This is actually back where I prefer the race during these races. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it'll bite you in the tail. So Chuck Sweeting did go a lap down, and now they're going to come up on the back of John Mustin Jr., who just came to pit road. I'm not sure if there was a strategy move behind his pit stop there or something he had to do or what the deal was. It's unfortunate, though, for John's going to lose a lap here. Fuller going to try to take advantage of the run there, top side. He does have help. Dalton running that middle side right now. Down at the bottom side, that's CJ O'Rourke. As we just continue to swap out the lead here. Middle, Tyler Dalton, topside, Justin Fuller, and that unsponsored 51 car. For those who are fans of Daniel Falkingham, he's hanging back here with everybody else. That January 31st car, riding behind Doug Sigmund there, the 81 to his right. That's Josh Parker. That's what it looks like from the 24th position here. Bob Gillenwater here in the 4, up here in the action part. It shows you all the different vantage points. Look at Richard Beasley starting to come up in here too now. So the question that comes to my mind as I start thinking about this a little bit is draft-wise, or not draft-wise, pit stop-wise. Because you're looking at the stage coming at lap 44, which is the halfway point of the race. You cannot go 44 laps on a tank of fuel. In this Xfinity Series, it is 100% fuel, which means you can only go about 35 to 40 laps on a tank of fuel. So you're obviously going to fall up short. So if you're in a pack, do you get out and get 8 to 10 of you in a pack and go pit now, since you're at the halfway point of that stage to get to the stage? Or do you run this thing out and then you only have about 6 to 10 laps before the stage, which there's no caution, but the points are there, sitting there. No matter what you do strategy-wise, it comes down to being the first person across that start-finish line to get the points. Just kind of something that crossed my mind. Once again, a reminder, the Ford Entertainment Group specializes in sim racing and sim flight gaming machines. Over 3,500 PCs built for sim racers and sim flight pilots. All FEG PCs come with a front to back warranty on every part, as well as free labor. Everything is covered PC. Appreciate Ford Entertainment Group for being a part of this Xfinity Series. Everybody's done a good job so far, 24 laps in. Looking back here at Kevin D. Brown, Charles Woods, the postman, Brian Macklin, Ron Holyfield there in that one car. Got a whole line of single file cars back here. They're just being patient just in case things happen to break out. Couple of those personal comforts cars pushing each other up there on that top side. How about Paul Crumry up there, that Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar, number 15. Oh, contact! Jeff Ryan down into Jose Gonzalez. They're going to go spinning. Gonzalez saves it, but caution's going to come out. And Josh Adams going to go spinning. And I think this is going to turn into a solo accident. Lap 26, caution number 1. Well, this will fix the... Oh, look like Jeff just come down into the 26 maybe. Anybody else get in this? Just the 56 locking it down. Great job by everybody there. Maybe some damage on the 3 and on the 26, but otherwise, let's back it up just a millisecond here. Watch it in slow-mo as they go into the tri-oval here. Your car can get light. I'm not saying that's what happened here, but yeah, that just, I mean, it looks like Jeff comes down, but obviously there's no telling with settings and things like that what could have potentially happened there. But the 3 goes around, locks it down. And great job by everybody. Look at England back here. Locking it down. You see Adams, he's on the apron. That's why he's getting loose. But fantastic by everybody to miss the wreck as here comes everybody to pit road. Might see some 2 tires, some fuel only. Fuel only for Dalton. He's going to win the race off pit road with ease. Gillenwater going to be second. Bobby Wetzel to third. All right, so we'll get everything cycled out here at Talladega Superspeedway virtually on iRacing as we step away for a quick second and come back, and we'll get you ready for the green flag right around the lap 29 mark as you're watching the FEG Xfinity Series from Sim 500 on the Captain Esports Network.
This is your chance to get behind the wheel. The opportunity to race just like the pros. From the grassroots levels, where we all got our start, to the most popular race cars on the planet. From the fairgrounds of Nashville to the high banks of Daytona, to tracks that will never be forgotten. Realistic driving, intense competition, all from the comfort of your own home. This is the ultimate motorsports simulation. This is iRacing.
All right, back at the Virtual Talladega Superspeedway here on iRacing. Appreciate everybody watching tonight in the Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series. As you look up front there, you'll see John Mustian Jr. leading the pack. He is going to take the wave around here, and that'll push him back onto the lead lap. And that'll, as a matter of fact, with Chuck Sweeting taking the lucky dog, we'll put all 37 cars back on the lead lap. And let's talk with Tyler Dalton. Let's bring him up here with me real quick as they come to the green flag here. Tyler, obviously getting one to go this time, so I'll make it short and sweet with you, bud. Your feeling so far, great racing out there, keeping it clean, but you've been able to keep that 19 up front.
Yeah, so far just trying to maintain the different lines, trying to go with the line that had the most momentum.
What some expectations here is you got about 16 laps before the halfway point and some bonus points given away there.
Yeah, it's Talladega, so anything could happen. We're just going to try to keep the nose clean.
There you go, man. Well, best of luck to you, and hopefully we'll talk in a little bit.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Tyler Dalton there in the 19 car running in the lead as he'll come to the green flag here. As you see some cars topping off, it looks like Brian Wertman, Josh Adams, Jeff Ryan, who is in that first caution. So, yes, if you're someone who is on our stream a lot, watching here on the Captain Esports Network, yes, there are some things different on the stream. I actually had some time off this week and decided to do some extra work, believe it or not. Yes, I went to work. Always trying to make the best broadcast as possible for you guys, for the viewers. All right, so pace car is going to come off turn 4. And as we come to the green flag, it's a great opportunity to do something we called Turn It Up. And that's what we're going to do right now on the Captain Esports Network. Can you tell that these guys are racing for stage points or bonus points for halfway? This is wild. Tommy Ryan up to the front with Dalton, and that outside line is getting bigger and bigger by the second with Stanzel and Fuller and Comstock all up top. How about the 39 of Falkingham? He's getting up in there now. Paul Crumry up in there. There's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 4. Do the math carry. Well, that's 24 cars on that pack. And there goes Stenzel to the lead. How about Fuller leading that lap? This right here, not that it's like I love watching this and broadcasting this, but the racer in me is like, this is why I stay in the back. Not that I can't handle it, but oh, hold on, Tommy. I mean, one bad bump, and you're looking at a 30-car wreck. $14 from halfway. Or, sorry, 10 laps from halfway. I don't know how to count either. Gonzalez, after being in that wreck, he's up here joining the battle now. I mean, where do you want to be in this? I mean, Joey Jettina, he's got the money spot right here. Look at this. He got everybody in front of you. Nowhere to go. Well, this is about 195 mile an hour. Down there at the bottom, Bobby Wetzel, Bob Gillenwater in that fourth car inside lane. O'Rourke's there, third car middle lane. Kevin D. Brown back up in here, third car outside lane. 8 laps before the halfway point. Top side, it's David Comstock there in that 13. That Monster Energy Camaro kind of losing some momentum now. Only 3 cars up there. Of course, tomorrow night, it'll be Cup racing for the Sim 500 guys. right here from Talladega. The wildness here. I see Comstock there on, or not Comstock, I'm sorry, the 44 of Glenn Campbell there on the bottom of the 84. Anthony Calantoni has joined this battle also. There he is in that Jersey Cigar Lounge at number 84. I mean, I'm sitting here like I want to call the race, but there's that other part of me that's just enjoying this. And I that's why you're hearing these pauses. I'm literally just sitting here. It's like, this is fun. This is why I do this. For fun. I just hope that, you know what, they make it the next 5 laps. Because it's getting bigger. Stenzel down there in that bottom with Fuller. And Comstock, that top sign with Falkingham pushing. 4 laps. Only 10 drivers will get bonus points. We have all 37 cars still on the lead lap, so all the way back to Brian Wertman could get bonus points. That sounds stupid being 5 seconds back, but you never know. These cameras. Thank you, TrackCams22.com. It's Sven, the man, making it the, what, this is probably the closest, I mean, I'm not here to down broadcast, but, I mean, most of the streams I watch, you don't see the realistic cameras that you see here. There's so many great companies out there that do some great broadcasting, and this is one of the things I treasure is the fact that I try to get you the closest thing to a real race on TV right here in front of you. Business isn't picking up. Yeah, Paul Crumrye, 16th place, fastest lap of the race, a 50 OHs now. Two laps before halfway. Who easy that 9-car clipped the apron, started to push up the track, and thankfully got it back down. That could have been bad. Fuller pushed out to the front. That 9 car getting loose like it did there on the apron actually hurt the momentum of the bottom side, I think. All right, so something new. You saw me kind of flash it up on the screen a little bit ago. We're going to show you for the final lap here. Of course, it's not cooperating because it goes way up there now. Where it lets you try to see the top 10 as they cross the line. Live TV for you. As they come through 3 and 4. Stenzel and Fuller going at it. Oh, Tommy Ryan tried to make a hole. And across the line, it's going to be Stenzel over Fuller winning the stage point. Sorry, you didn't get to see the top there. I was trying to multitask here, and I couldn't even pull that one off. There it is. Of course, now I find what I was trying to get to. There you go. We'll come back to that later. So Justin Fuller, 32nd to the lead, or 33rd to the lead, in getting to 10 bonus points. And I thought they might calm down a little bit. Nope, not so much. So this is what's going on at the front. Meanwhile, back here where it's calm, this is what Wortman's up to. He's just waiting. The reason why, like, this is my favorite spot to be when I race is because who's going to hit you behind you? No one. You have all the time in the world. As soon as something breaks, fall back. You let everybody wreck, stop the car, do whatever you got to do. Go to the grass, go down pit road. Or if you're Wortman, just get a huge run in going by. Nothing wrong with this either, because you know what? There's nobody to your back. No one's still behind you. Some call it boring sitting back here. I understand that. But sometimes boring will get you a victory. With this, maybe not so much. Tommy Ryan taking the lead there for about 100 feet. I told you guys to go get your friends to watch this broadcast, and there was a reason. I knew this was going to be exciting racing. One caution so far. I don't even know how many different lead changes. Unfortunately, I don't have that technology. If I had enough money, I'd hire a statistician or something. On board, Lance Ripka, 15th position. Up to 190 mile an hour into turn 1. Daniel Falkingham, he's aborting. He said, I'm out. As for the first time in about, 10 laps? 10, 15, maybe 20 laps? We're not 3 wide anymore. Is Comstock going to take the outside? All right, here we go with pit stops. See if everybody can make it in okay. Oh, look how Dalton. Gillenwater gets in there hot. Everybody, for the most part, okay, though. I'm assuming we might see 2 tires on some cars. I'm seeing fuel only everywhere here. Surprised on that because usually with tires, you can at least get the run out of pit road here. Oh, the Dalton speed on pit road. The 19's still sitting there. The 4's still sitting there. Speeding penalties. The 9's still on pit road. Oh, no. Now, Dalton got out of there, so for him, a 16-second stop. So, not sure what happened there. Look, I didn't see his car ever lift up for tires. But this is right in the window for everybody to make it the rest of the way on fuel. I'm going to take the chance to throw some audio on here. Be warned, there could be bombs flying, if you know what I mean. Nobody else coming in, so now we're looking at 2 separate packs with everything that just transpired. Here is your second pack now, consisting of 4 cars. Glenn Campbell, Jimmy Coleman, Joey Jatina there, and Jose Gonzalez. And then you got another couple of cars here with Sigmund and Kevin England. Then you got Tyler Dalton and John Mustian back here. And then the pack coming right behind them. Obviously, with the audio on, you haven't heard a single person say they're coming to pit road at all. Now the question is going to be, what do these 4 cars do when they get together here into a pack? As they have got some horses coming towards them. Doy Woods back there with Richard Beasley. As Comstock leads there in that inside lane with Tommy Ryan pushing. Ryan jumping topside here with Fuller. Going to get the push for the lead here. That is never a good view right here. You get within about a second and a half in these cars, and you start feeling the draft. This is never a good feeling. As they put those cars a lap down. And 33 laps to go as E.J. O'Rourke has gone to the front now. The guy who won Daytona earlier this season. Trying to get himself a Talladega win. Tommy Ryan with Fuller there on that outside. Comstock and Stenzel. And how about Josh Parker in the 81 car making an appearance now? So now everything's kind of calmed down there for just a split second. With 31 laps to go. I say calm down. I don't know, no such thing here at Talladega of calming down, but they are for a second. You see Kevin D. Brown and Watkins there in the 27 car. These guys starting to get back into the pack here and start maybe slowly working their way to the front as we get closer and closer to the finish of this race. As we'll come to 30 laps to go this time by. So Tommy Ryan up there in the front. O'Rourke trying to get his second Superspeedway win this season after his Daytona win. Comstock up there. You got Fuller. How about Anthony Calantoni starting to make an appearance up here in the top 5? Question is, when do drivers like this guy right here, Pedro Mojica, who we have not seen all race up front, he didn't even worry about the stage points. He's just sitting here like, I'm just going to hang here and wait. Because he knows that at any moment a big wreck could be coming. And with the run he has been on, he just wants an opportunity to win a race. So many second and third place finishes for him in that 58 car. Josh Parker up here in this battle now. So as you saw kind of out in the corner of the picture there, the group has pretty much come back together when it comes to the second pack, and there they are. It's about 6 cars. They're trying to stay a certain distance out in front so that eventually when everybody comes to pit road, they'll be able to cycle back around and be right in the lead pack. And of course, the other thing they could probably use would be the caution. Doug Sigmund in that 04 car, he is a lap down right now. So is Kevin England. Tyler Dalton in the 19 car. The pole sitter, he is a lap down. The 98 John Mustian Jr., those 4 cars there in that outside lane, all a lap down right now. As I mentioned tonight, the Ford Entertainment Group, Jeff Ford and his company, of course, the title sponsor of the series, and a big shout out to those guys as they hand out a Fanatec CSL direct drive wheel to the driver that runs the most laps this season. And so far, knock on wood, we have not had the big one. But just to let everybody know, the Ford Entertainment Group specializes in sim racing and sim flight gaming machines with over 3,500 PCs built for sim racers and sim flight pilots. All FEG PCs come with front-to-back warranty on every part, as well as free labor. Everything is covered PC. I think Parker had a little bit of a connection issue there. Looks like it's okay now. All right, here we go. The rest of them coming to pit road, or at least a group of them. Oh, Beasley touching the grass. That could be trouble. We'll see. The hell of a way of arcing into pit road. This is about 10 cars, 9 or 10 cars. Kevin Brown, Chad Coleman, Doy Wood, Scott Simley, Falkingham, Comstock, Mojica, Parker, and Beasley. All the cars on pit road right now. Most of them looking like fuel only here. Beasley did not get a penalty for touching the grass, it looks like. That's good news. So everybody pretty good stops. And here comes the rest of them. One late diver, Fuller. That's going to be close for him. I mean, he committed late to pit road. We'll have to watch that 50. Oh, wow, he made it under. Holy cow, what an entrance. Everybody good. The 40 car back there, I think, is taking 4 tires. Charles Woods with a slow stop. And you're going to see the second pack coming on in right there. And then some more drivers coming. Mike Kelly's got him locked up. This is pretty much the leaders here. Cal and Tony Fowler, Jeff Ryan, Watkins, Sweeting, and Arnold all in. And Watkins shortened his pit stall there. Left side tires for Tommy Ryan. That's kind of the strategy I was thinking. It'll at least get you a good launch off pit road here. Not a good stop, though. Calantoni going to win the race off pit road out of the group. All right, so the rest of the ones who have not pitted, which actually is a group of 4 that did with Josh Adams. So Adams is going to play all by himself here. Adams, who was involved in that first caution earlier, just went for like a lazy slide to miss the wreck, comes to pit road all by himself. Here's the pack into turn 3 right now. Foreman back up. Going to need to get out of here pretty quickly. Right side tires I saw. And here he goes. There's a shot he could stay in this potentially. And you see the lead pack going by. This is going to be close for him. Eric Arnold losing the draft. Looks like Wortman losing the draft. Wortman maybe losing the draft. And look at Adams jumping in here, so he's going to be okay. So a strategy that normally backfires did not this time around. Oh, whoa, whoa, that was close. 81 and 51 almost hit. I hate to be that guy, but I got to do it for a quick second. We're going to step away for about 40 seconds. We'll come back with the finish of this Talladega Superspeedway race here on the Captain Esports Network.
This is the world's premier online racing simulation. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat from your home computer with the most realistic online motorsports experience you'll find anywhere. Race virtually in the world's biggest events with officially licensed series, cars, and tracks. From the high banks of Daytona to the blistering speeds of Indianapolis, the dirt of Eldora to the world's most legendary road courses. It's all here, and with more than 180,000 people just like you already driving, you'll always have someone to race. Ready to get behind the wheel? Sign up at iRacing.com to get started.
All right, we made it through. 19 laps to go back at the Virtual Talladega Superspeedway on iRacing. Oh, and there they go. The wreck is happening. Fuller. The 81 involved of Parker. Oh, I see Chad Coleman involved. Stenzel's involved. Kevin D. Brown destroyed. .20 laps to go, and the big one has struck. It looks like E.J. O'Rourke might have damage. Trying to find some of these guys that are involved. Here's Parker. He's got some damage. Looks like Coleman might be okay. O'Rourke, I see some tail end damage there. Oh, his front end's got damage. Let's see how it all starts. Oh, 81 gets turned outside lane. Kevin D. Brown nails the inside wall. Let's see if we can I'm going to slow it down here for a second. Let's get to the 81 of Josh Parker. Here, watch this at slow-mo. He's got Fuller pushing him. And you see O'Rourke on that top side starting at maybe a run there. Oh, you see this. Fuller dives to the bottom here, so Parker has to make a quick move to get into a line, and the outside line is there, and Parker's going to get turned. That's going to get Coleman turned around. Tony locking him up. How about, did you see the miss there by the 2 car? Oh, there's a whole lot of misses in this wreck. We're going to end up with only like 6 cars at the end of this involved. Oh, we get to go on a lot of onboard cameras here. Let's start. I'm going to hit stop every time to pick up a car real quick. Let's go on board. Let's start with the 2 of Mike Kelly. This will be a very good view. Yo! All right, scrapes the wall. I'll give him that. That's the definition of Code Brown. Let's get to... Who is the car? Was it Macklin? It sure is. How about this view? That's impressive. And Tony. This ought to be good. A lot going on in a very small time period. Doy Woods, your view. Ooh, Comstock barely gets hit. Wow. All right. So we did have some pit stops. A lot of cars with damage coming to pit road there. Looks like Kevin D. Brown has taken his car behind the wall. Also, Tyler Dalton has gone behind the wall. Not sure what's happened to the 19. Oh, there he is, back on track, actually. I stand corrected. Brown's back on track, too. So actually, all 37 cars are still on track. That's an amazing in itself, right there. All right, so resetting everything here. Scott Simley is the leader of this race in the Verizon number 12 Mustang. He's got Daniel Falkingham to his outside. Brian Macklin, who somehow got through that wreck, will restart third. David Comstock we got in fourth right now. You see the right side damage on that 13 car. Doy Woods fifth. Lance Ripka is sixth. Callan Tony, Mike Kelly, Richard Beasley, and Tommy Ryan. Now your top 10. Just looking through here to see what cars might have some damage on it still. I don't see much other than, Kevin D. Brown there has got a modified. Otherwise, pace car going to bring him down. 15 laps to go. You thought near halfway earlier was wild? Get ready for these 15 laps. Assembly's on it. Mike Kelly, 2-car, a little bit of rear end damage I just noticed there. The only thing about a race like this where you get people that take an early restart there, you're going to have cars now in the second and third groups that are going to get really, really good runs up here into the pack as they catch up. Especially when you still have 35 cars on the lead lap. Obviously, the destroyed one of Kevin Brown isn't going to be able to hold up speed-wise likely, but the other 34 still with a legit shot to win this race. Josh Adams jumping high side there by himself. Gonna need some help if he's gonna pull a move off like that. Maybe he's hoping to see some people jump up there with him. Got John Mustian Jr. gonna do that, it looks like. Look at the car right there behind Gonzalez. I mentioned him earlier. Pedro Mojica has been one of the last cars in line all day long. And now as this race gets into the last 13 laps, he knows it's time to go now. And in case you're curious, we do get 2 green-white checkers. And you see Mojica jumping up top there with Crumry. Gonzalez going to jump up there with him. Jettina jumps up there. There is a storm a-brewing in Talladega County. We've only had 3 different winners so far this season. It has been Daniel Falkingham dominating races. And here he is now in the lead at Talladega looking to get another win. The only other winners we've had, Josh Parker and E.J. O'Rourke. Problem is for Daniel, he's got to hold off about 33 other cars. Outside lines coming with 10 laps to go. Look at the 13, Comstock up the middle going to the lead. That's Kevin D. Brown on the bottom there. Can they make it? You think they can do this? I mean, like, I don't want to be the one that's like getting the question I'm asking of, oh, there they go, right on cue. Never mind. There goes 2 cars. I saw Muschamp get sideways. He's by himself with Calantoni. No caution. We stay green. They spun down the track. Elevator move by Jatina to the bottom. I thought that was the big wreck right there coming. Oh, Simley gets pushed to the apron. They still didn't wreck. No offense, if you want to see the replay of that wreck, I'll show it later or something. I think I can mark it. Let me see if I can do that real quick. I'm still getting used to that part. I think that's the button I hit. It didn't work. Oh, well. Oh! Who's that that got shot topside like that? Was that Tommy Ryan? I saw the contact, and I saw that car go right. Oh, here we go. Tommy Ryan sideways, and here we go. Showtime. Big wreck. Mojica involved. I saw Coleman. The 42 involved. The 12 of Simley up in smoke. The inevitable with 7 laps to go. Segman. Jay Randall Watkins with damage. Looking at Sweeting's car here. Looks like he's okay. Bobby Wetzel with no front end. Doy Woods, a little bit of damage there. Tommy Ryan, not so bad. Crum Rye. Kevin D. Brown's damage is from earlier. All right, let's see. Josh Parker with damage. Let's see how it all starts as this escalated really quickly. With 7 laps to go for those who picked lap number 81. Congratulations, you win the Big One Bingo. Tommy Ryan, first car outside lane. You see they're 4 wide behind him. Oh, contact right there. Oh, net code. There was contact between the 30 and 48, and then the contact with the 99 was net code. He gets into the 12. That is going to leave a mark right there. Ouch. 9 car, the 2 piles in. Let's add the 44 to the list of cars involved. The 48, the 26, 127. I'm counting real quickly. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're over 10. Looks like about 12 cars. Hardest lick definitely, I think, goes to Simley. Let's go on board with the 38. Where's old Chad? Oh, he gets hit from behind. So there's at least 15 cars in this wreck. Question is if he got hit from behind, who hit him? Jimmy Coleman, potentially. Oh no, he gets hit by the 42, but Jimmy Coleman does get a piece of it. All right, so here we go. Let's do our car count real quick. Something I like to try to do when I can. Let's get all the cars that are involved here. Let's go blimp view. We should be coming to the green here in a second, so I'm going to make sure I hurry here. That's a water cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yeah, I'm going to call it 15 or so. Alrighty then. Alright, so let's go back real quick to the incident with John Muschin Jr. that did not bring the caution out. He and Calantoni on the back straightaway here. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was. Because you see, there's Muschin's second car right there in the middle, at 98 Raging Cajun Mobile. Contact with the 127, and those two go spinning. And that ended up being a lot better than it could have been. All right, so I'm going to bring the standings up real quickly, the laps standings for the wheel battle is what I'm calling it. For the Fanatec CSL Direct Drive wheel, Chad Coleman, Josh Adams, Eric Arnold, Chuck Sweeting all have run every lap this season. After that wreck, I'm just looking, all those cars are still on the lead lap as we come to the green. Coleman's been in the 2 wrecks so far, but still is as best looking as possible. We'll come to green at lap 85, which will be 3 laps to go, which is not a green-white checker finish officially, so we still have those 2 in the bag if needed to get this race finished. This isn't ARCA, so we don't have to worry about it getting cut short. But pace car is going to pull in. Daniel Falkingham, David Comstock, Justin Fuller, Richard Beasley, Josh Adams, your top 5. Coming to 3 laps to go. I'll ask now, does this race finish right now, or do we get a green-white checker? Richard Beasley getting right up there in the back of the 13 and going to push him as best he can. Don't know how bad that damage on the right side is going to affect the push. Pedro Mojica's got a modified. He's going to be off the pace. Now, I'm not the one that likes to pull broadcaster jinx out and things because, I mean, then again, anything I say seems to get blamed on the broadcaster. But here we are, 2 laps to go. Earlier today in the Cup race, not to spoil it, we had a Monster Energy car up front get involved in a big wreck at the end. And the one car, well, we know where he finished. There's a Monster Energy car up in the front, and here's the one car. This lightning strike twice. They come off turn 4, Comstock trying to get the push from Beasley. They're going to come to the white flag. I don't see any wrecks happening. White flag, final lap from Dega. Oh, they're wrecking back behind. I heard the skid marks. But I don't see positions happening. Calatoni's down the track, so we'll keep going. Beasley jumps out of line. Fuller jumps out of line. What in the world? Oh, that was scary. Drag race to the line. Here we go. Daniel Fockingham holds him off and wins at Dega as they wreck to the line. Where can this man not win at? You are looking at his 4th straight win, I believe, in the series. And it's his 6th win in 8 races this season. We'll obviously show the finish here in a minute. Which is weird. He ran a majority, if not all, of the Super Speedway Series races this season and didn't have a single win. And here at Talladega, he gets that Super Speedway win. Some attaboys out there to throw there. How about Joey Jatina, 4th place finish for him. Ron Holyfield, 7th. Kevin England comes back to 9th. How about Brian Wortman, 12th. Tyler Dalton was a lap down 20 laps ago. He finishes 13th. Boom. Jesus, what follows that up? He did not blow it up. That's impressive. All right, let's get you the final results from the race. As Fockingham wins at 6/100ths over Josh Adams, Justin Fuller 3rd, Joey Jatina, David Comstock your top 5, Brian Macklin Ron Holyfield, Richard Beasley finishes 8th. Kevin England and Eric Arnold, your top 10. Chuck Sweeting, Brian Wortman, Tyler Dalton, 13th. Charles Woods, Jimmy Coleman, 15th. Paul Crumright, 16th. Mike Kelly, 17th. Anthony Calantoni, who I think was involved in a little last wreck thing, finishes in 18th. 19th, Glenn Campbell, 20th. Jose Gonzalez, 21st. Adoy Woods, 22nd. Scott Stenzel, 23rd. Doug Sigmund, 24th goes to Lance Ripka. 25th, Jeff Ryan. 26th, Bobby Wetzel. 27th to Chad Coleman. Mojica finishes 28th. 29th, Bob Gillenwater. 30th to E.J. O'Rourke. 31st, Kevin Brown. 32nd, John Mustian Jr. 33rd to J. Randall Watkins. And the rest of the field, Fowler, Simley, Tommy Ryan, and Josh Parker. Crazy race that was. Let's get some interviews in and talk to some of the drivers that ran in that race. Starting with the third place finisher, that being Justin Fuller, who finishes in the third spot tonight. Justin, great effort from you. Obviously, did what you had to do from 33rd position. You come up through the field there, ran up front most of the night, just coming up just a little bit short.
Yeah, we came to the field multiple times tonight, and
Yeah.
we were able to get to the front fairly easily every time. So it was a lot of fun, that's for sure.
And talk about the race out there, because it definitely had a lot of entertainment, a lot of great racing for the most part. I mean, just a couple of usual Talladega wrecks, but otherwise 2 and 3 wide most of the night.
Yeah, I think I was the first one to go 3 wide. I was kind of tired of riding 2 wide, and just this track's so wide, you might as well use all the room you can get. It just worked out. You don't have to be super aggressive to be aggressive here. And as long as you can hold a line and be smooth, you can make it work.
Yeah, it seemed like you had about 4 cars. Every time you got 4 or more cars on that top side, it seemed to sail.
Yeah, especially if it was people that knew what they were doing. So that top line definitely works. You just have to know how to work it and know what kind of gap to give to the wall and the cars to the inside.
Well, you definitely did your part to do that. So congratulations to you, and shout out to whoever you like to, bud.
Yeah, thanks to Sim 500 all the admins for what they do for this. I'm just running part-time in this series, so I came out to play tonight. I had a lot of fun. Thanks to you for putting on the broadcast. Thanks to Ford Entertainment Group for sponsoring the series. All my teammates at Aftermath Motorsports and everybody that watched tonight. And, yeah, I don't know where they go next week. Maybe I'll run, maybe I won't. I'm not sure. I just kind of play it by ear, kind of what I'm doing that day or what track it is. So it's a good track, though. We'll probably Dover. So
I was going to say, I think it's Dover, I believe, if it's a following the schedule.
Yeah, I think it's probably Dover. I think Darlington's after that. So if that's the case, I'll probably come out for Darlington for sure. So we'll see. I had a lot of fun. That's all you can ask for, really. Absolutely.
Well, great job tonight, Justin. Congratulations on the third place run for you, and we will see you potentially at the Lady in Black then, if not a Monster.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. Justin Fuller finishing in the third position tonight in that 51 car. Great run for him. That was sporty. He talked about that top side, and that's one thing I'm scared to do is go up there. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do in a race, you know what I mean? Let's grab our second place finisher. That being Josh Adams in the Best Buy number 56. I'm sure Josh had no plans of going sliding through the infield grass to miss a wreck earlier, but he did. And comes back to finish P2 tonight.
Yeah, it was a pretty wild race from that point on.
Let's talk about the pit stop at the end there. You're running with the group that already came to pit road, so you end up playing all by your lonesome there on pit road. You come out and you find a way to stay upon the draft. You get that big wreck, and it allows you to propel yourself back to the front to get this P2.
Oh, yeah. I'm in here by myself. I don't have any teammates or anything, so everybody, people started peeling off. I'm like, maybe I should have gone with that group, and then another group peels off, and I missed them too, and I got stuck in slow behind those other guys. Cost me a bunch of time, but I guess I ended up getting lucky with the timing of that caution that kind of got me back up with everybody.
Well, you did a great job tonight, man. Congratulations on the P2 finish, and your chance to shout out whoever you like to.
Oh, yeah, just Daniel, he's a pretty pretty great sim racer here. I think a lot of guys probably didn't want to see him win at a track like Talladega that anybody can win, and I got up behind him and pushed him out there to it. So shout out to him and the whole league and the broadcast and everything. It's pretty fun.
Absolutely, man. Well, great job tonight. Congratulations, and we will potentially see you next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Josh Adams, second place finisher this evening here in Talladega. And yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same way he did. I mean, hey, I'm cool with somebody winning every week. That's just part of racing. But I thought tonight would be a night where at least 35 other cars would have a chance to pass him. And it did not happen. As Daniel, you held him off. And well, welcome back to Victory Lane again. 6th time in 8 weeks and 4 in a row now.
Yeah, just think if, man, what a hot streak we could be on if we just had Daytona and Phoenix go our way. But, man, winning on a super speedway, that's pretty rare for me. But, I mean, I love super speedway racing unless I'm getting wrecked. I think it's fun, it's a challenge, but, man, when it goes your way, then it's a really good feeling. So, yeah, definitely had to work for it, though. Starting in the back, wanted to ride around the back of the first part of the race. And then after that first caution, I decided to pull the pin and go head for the front. It was hard to get up there just because with this Xfinity car, it's so easy to get hot, but it's pretty much the way the draft model is, just big old gridlock. So trying to go on the outside 3 wide, thankfully I got my teammate David up there, but then after that I just got stuck in the pack. But thankfully we pulled off a pretty good pit strategy where we pitted early, got in front of all the other guys, and we were able to control the race from there. So definitely had to work hard for it, had to play some strategy, and thankfully we got to the front, we kept her there for the rest of the race and had to avoid one wreck, so it was definitely a challenge there, but thankfully we brought her home again.
Yeah, you definitely bring her home, and of course the finish as we got the restart there with 3 laps to go. It looked like for a minute they were trying to get 3 wide there, and then had some things happen there mid-pack, and it seemed to kill some of the momentum there, especially in that middle line. Were you worried about that line coming at all, or did you feel confident just sitting there on the bottom that you were okay?
Yeah, I knew the outside was going to have an advantage. But honestly, I really didn't want to block that because I was just going to go at the bottom. I think pretty much my strategy there, that last 3 laps, just keep my left side glued to the yellow line and then just let everything else happen because I knew if I just hold the bottom, then I'd be fine. But with David Comstock, when he cleared me going into 1, but he didn't take it, and I was surprised by that. Probably just didn't have a good perception of how clear he actually was. So I was able to hold the bottom. Then Fuller got to the outside of me. But then Joshua Adams came up there, and he saved me. He was glued to my back bumper all the way from turn 3 to the checkered. So big shout out to Josh for giving me that big shove I needed, and he pretty much won me the race. So big shout out to him for the big shove there at the end, and yeah, definitely the big reason I won this race was because of him.
Well, great job tonight. Congratulations, and shout out to whoever you like to, bud.
Yep, just got to thank for January 31st, first Ray Lap 207 for all their support. Also got to thank everyone who runs the show at Sim 500, Jimmy Coleman who runs the show on Sundays, and Joe Tina for all he does. Got to thank FEG Ford Entertainment Group for sponsoring the series for all they do. Got to thank everyone who races each and every week. Thanks to all my teammates, team name, Jack Coleman, David Comstock, Josh Parker, Richard Beasley, Kevin Brown, Pedro Majica, David Doywoods, and everybody over there. Shout out to my big team, North Force Racing, Preston Gilson, and the whole crew over there. I love representing you guys over here in Sim 500, and thanks to all of them, all my teammates, everybody over there. Yeah, thanks to you for putting on the broadcast. Thanks, special shout out to Coleman, Go Graphics for all they do for the paint schemes. And, yeah, thanks to all the fans who watch each every week, and thanks to friends and family for all their support.
There you go. Congratulations, my man, and we will see you next week.
Appreciate it, Chris. Thank
Absolutely, you too. As Daniel Falkingham wins again this evening here at Talladega Superspeedway. The one thing he didn't do during the Superspeedway Series is win, and he did it tonight when it counts in the big Xfinity Series, of course, presented by Ford Entertainment Group. So great racing there from Talladega Superspeedway. It was definitely a lot of fun to be a part of here this evening. As next week it is Dover. We'll start off the month of May. 130 laps, race number 9 at the Monster Mile before hitting the Lady in Black the following week. And then going to Music City in Nashville Superspeedway May 15th. And in Texas before we hit the Memorial Day weekend. So a lot of great races still to come here throughout this season here in the Sim 500 FEG Xfinity Series season. So congratulations to everybody. That was a fun race to be a part of. As always, congratulations to Daniel Falkingham in the series on a great race this evening. So we are off after our Easter break. with a great race, and we'll head to, again, Dover coming up next week at the Monster Mile, virtually here on iRacing as we take off. Remember, this isn't just a game, it's iRacing. See ya!
This is the world's premier online racing simulation. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat from your home computer with the most realistic online motorsports experience you'll find anywhere. Race virtually in the world's biggest events with officially licensed series, cars, and tracks. From the high banks of Daytona to the blistering speeds of Indianapolis, the dirt of Eldora to the world's most legendary road courses. It's all here, and with more than 180,000 people just like you already driving, you'll always have someone to race. Ready to get behind the wheel? Sign up at iRacing.com to get started.